Hey, what's up fellas? Corey here, and welcome to a game called Safe and Secure. A horror game where you play as a homeless woman who sneaks into an apartment, expecting it to be safe. Oh, and now we're starting. A quick thank you to the creator of this game who asked me to play it and sent it to me. I appreciate that a lot, and I apologize for just getting to it. I was supposed to get to this much sooner, and I was struggling to figure out how to record this, but I did find a way. And I'm really excited. Can't really blame her for seeking refuge. She's in. Do it. Trust the ajar door. Are we in now? Oh, okay, we're loading. Sorry. There we go. The main hallway. From now on, you will be able to explore the apartment whenever the pick interface appears on the left. This interface will allow you to choose between two actions: investigation, eye icon, exploration, map icon. The first will allow you to examine the room you're currently in. The second will allow you to go from one room to another. You can select these actions by pressing up and down arrow keys and confirm your choice by pressing Z. Both will open new interfaces where you have to use the arrow keys to select some choices and press U to confirm. You want to just press X. Gotcha. To check everything in every room in the apartment's a progress to the game, only for this first investigation. Alright. I could save. Z. The door had closed behind you, and looking at it now, you realize there's a keyhole on this side as well, as if the door locks from both directions. Thunder Girl. What? A flat print of a chaotic drip painting you'd read about this one art history class. A required humanities credit, and a fun one, even if not relevant, what your degree goals had been. But even without it, you would know a Jackson Pollock anywhere. The print was slightly off color, but the anger and chaos still rang through. That was a fun class, even if it was my last. Can we just move around now? We can. Main hallway, living room, dining room, bathroom, closet, bedroom, balcony. You were here. I guess we're in the main hallway. Check the closet. I'm immediately curious about that. What is that? What am I looking at? A closet full of gas canisters and jackets. The canisters are unlabeled, and the jackets cover such a variety of styles, it's shocking they're owned by one person. I feel like I would leave immediately. Like upon checking someone's room and they have just gas canisters in there. That feels a bit off-putting. That's fine. Next room, bathroom. It's like right next to the closet. Hamper, mirror, sink. Hamper. A small laundry hamper overflowing with dirty clothes. The crumpled dress pants look like they would have covered your rent last month before you lost everything. You're thinking about taking them, but who would I even sell them to? Stupid. I don't know, just go to a thrift store. Or not thrift store, a pawn shop. Some pawn shops will take clothes. I know some won't, but it's fine. A large mirror with water spots on it. You look more tired and older in it than you had than you had the last time you had a mirror. Every day you got a little more tired, a little more worn, a little dirtier and rougher. The depth to rejoin society kept slipping further and further away. Oh, I can't catch up. And sink. I assume I should be I mean, I would have examined everything anyways. I love examining things in games and just reading the dialogue. A raised sink. You take a long drink from the tap, the water cold and crisp. And so we got the bathroom, the closet. I knew the dining room would have food, so we should go there. But let's just go down here now. Bedroom and balcony. Bed. A box lays open on the bed, its contents flung across the covers. Tiny plastic ID cards. You wonder if they're fake. Maybe the tenant sells them. Maybe that's how they afforded this big fancy apartment. Creepy. I feel like you're missing a lot of red flags here. A desk with the laptop. The screen is on, and when you lift the lid, you see it's unlocked. Email drafts, open inbox, open send. His inbox is open to a draft. Sender and recipient have the same last name. Hey Dad, I just feel like you don't respect me. I know I asked for money, but you don't get the market these days. It's crazy. They only want to hire people to check off some bullcrap agenda. Not people with real talent and drive like me. I have drive, and you're an arse for saying I don't at Christmas. It's supposed to help your children. Not. It ends in the dress folder. You see dozens like that start similarly. Mostly filled with spam and purchasing emails, all from different vendors. The only one that's been open seems to be an order for over-the-counter hallucinogens. Once again, I really feel like we should be taking a sort of sign here. Outgoing box is mostly empty. Most recent one being dated to a few weeks ago. Dad, it was good to see you both over the holidays. I hope you enjoyed the golfing book. It came highly recommended. Oh, and that's it. That's it for the bedroom, then we have nothing else. I mean, there's red flags here, but like, there's no bodies. So, how bad can it be? One of the few areas of the apartment that looked used and not performative. A creature's perched to look for his next meal. Where is he? Looking at the edge felt like fighting the urge to yawn. You feel dizzy and itchy, and scared and yearning all at once. A creeping bone-deep exhaustion that never abates. I guess, yeah, we're done. We can head to the well, we can start with the living room and head to the dining room. That's a very creepy picture. What's wrong with the couches? Coins of cushion wrapped like intestines. It slept behind the library last night, and that was probably more comfortable than this couch. I don't like the idea of guts as a seat. Yeah, you and every other normal human on Earth. A large looming photo of a smile. You couldn't see the smile at first, but after looking past the swirls of red, the teeth felt pointy, almost like a smile of blood. No red signs here. A glass coffee table with the beverage ready to pour. It's a fancy-looking French label with a sticky spot where a price tag had just been removed. There's also a sort of sprayer for some reason. And now we finally check the living room. Oh, not the living room. The dining room. This whole place is explored already. An old oil painting titled Lazarus and the Rich Man. The part of the painting with Lazarus on it has been folded under the frame, leaving only the rich man. Ignoring the warning, And table. Long table of solid wood, set with placemats. Dust has settled on the chairs, clearly unused in a long time. Oh. Just as you were starting to exhale in here, the unmistakable sound of a key turning in a lock rings through the apartment, like a death toll. I'm gonna save. You rush to go look at the door, frozen for a second on where to go, and backing up away from it instinctively, finding yourself in the living room. Shite. Oh. Maybe he's not aggressive. You could be friendly. Rush to the closet, go into the closet calmly. Calmly. If you rush, you just make a loud sound. And just like that, you're safe. I think. There we go. And she's safe. Yeah, no, just leave the house and never come back, because, Jason the killer's brother is here. Thank you. This rain is gnarly. So where's the piece? Just through here? And just someone's here. Oh. Yeah, that's fair. You just arrived. Hanging up your coat should be the priority. And Pollock. I just read this crazy thing about his wife. Lee Krancer. Heard of? No? Yeah, must haven't. But she's part of the reason he became famous after he died. Funny how that works. I love to meet someone who likes art as much as I do. I am glad you replied to my ad. Yes, well, it's one of my favorite pieces. And it looks like a nice quality print. Does it come with the frame? Oh, God. Yes, of course it does. Go ahead and take a seat, and we can talk about terms. Terms, I figured I would, buy the painting and go, no? This is art. Half the fun is the conversation. Come on, I figured you wanted to talk about the piece since you love it so much. Right, I do love it. Can't wait to get home and put it up. So maybe you can go grab it. Here, I just opened a bottle of red before I left the apartment. It's perfectly decanted. Have a glass, I insist. No, I'm okay. Do you have the painting or not? My God, what are you like? You're just the pro survival instincts over here. Navy SEAL. I respect it. She's actually just not saying. Yes, Madam X, right? Funny choice, I have to say. Funny? Oh, you mean all the drama surrounding it when it was painted? I have the original version. The picture on the ad doesn't show that, but it's the true version. The artist's true vision. What? That's crazy. That doesn't exist. So it's just like, what? Pervy fan art then? Showing your scandalous shoulders? This is stupid. I should just go. pissed in her cup. Oh god, just go to a hospital. It's not scandalous. It's the artist's vision. And it's just some wine. Don't be so rude. I'm just trying to talk to you about the stupid painting you said you liked. I'm trying here. It's not about it being scandalous. She didn't agree to it. It's about respect. And no, I'm not having any fucking wine. Oh, Jesus. Um. Did we just leave now? It's locked, isn't it? The door's locked on both sides. You were trapped here. You were trapped. You need to find the keys. Shite. Hallway. Bedroom. Where? Oh, okay. Now we are just in it. Would he leave it on the sign table? I think I felt like it belonged to a human. He lived here, but it was like all the objects were set up like a movie set. To make him seem as normal as possible. It reeked of performative bullshit. No keys. Okay, well, I don't know where she went. But via keys, I put them in the... I wouldn't do it in closets because we were there. Didn't he put his coat... He put his coat somewhere. And we'll just go down the list. Let's check the lady first. She's in the living room. You never saw him set down the keys in here. You don't want to risk leaving evidence of your presence by snooping around. Where's she at then? You know the keys won't be on the painting itself, but you also know the paintings and can't help pausing to take in the cruelly ironic imagery. You scan the long table, running your hands searchingly over a placemat with a small bump on it, flattening it and smear the dust that has settled on the unused surface. No keys. Okay, let's see. Bathroom? What do you have? The steam from the shower running coils from under the door. You can hear the water and the occasional sound of feet on wet tile. You have to hope the keys aren't in there, because there's no way you can enter. I am going to die. Have we checked his bedroom yet? No, we haven't. A large, messy bed flung across the sheets are dozens of tiny plastic ID cards. Pictures of women blink up at you, like smiles trapped behind glass walls. Trophies. Okay, well, now we know what's been happening. The keys are there. You rush forward to grab them and bump the laptop that's open. It comes to life. At first you ignore it, but the familiar image of the gas canister from the closet jumps out at you. It's an email receipt. The box says, delete email. Confirm? Fuck no, idiot. You have the keys. Alright. Can we just escape? Is it that easy? Your hand freezes on the handle, as if it's electrically locked your muscles. You become painfully aware of the unconscious woman on the ground behind you, down the long hallway. Your back is to her. Adrenaline floods your body as you work up the choice. You leave without her, or turn and help her. Oh, there's multiple endings here. I promise we're gonna save. We're just gonna run away, because we're gonna try to get all endings, as usual. And if you're new here, because the channel's been having an influx of new people, we're gonna run away. I'll be back, I promise. Like, I always get the best ending for last. It all ends here. Is that just it? You should, you leave, she's dead. No, no, her fate. There's a famous statue called the Thinker, created by Auguste Rodin. I said that name right, maybe. During his life, he had a creative partner, sometimes lover, Camille Claudel. Her mother detested her for not being born a man. Her brother was jealous of her artistic genius. Her father supported her efforts until his untimely death. Struggling with public pushback on her art and cut off from her father's inheritance, she received some help from Rodin. This quickly twisted to him stealing her ideas and taking credit for her work. Her mother and brother, embarrassed at her outcries of theft and plagiarism, had her committed for insanity. One of her last sculptures, the Chatterboxes, was created to show, in her words, platonic female intimacy, not as an excuse to display a breast or hip for the onlooker, but as women actually experience it. She died in an asylum and eventually was interred in the communal grave, unmarked and anonymous. Ending too. And that's it. So what if we rush into the closet? Oh. Okay. Oh, and we fall asleep then because it was just leaking into the closed closet. Oof. Come in. Come in. Take a seat. Are we just seeing this through, a new vision? This is new dialogue. The emotions behind the piece just jump off the page. It's like you can feel life flowing through the paint. I completely agree. It's like it's inviting you in. This is new, though, right here. Can I see the painting? I want to see life. There is a contract. Agrees to terms to see. And then have a drink with me. But she didn't want to show any neck. It was dangerous then, and it's not like now. Hmm? I just want a drink. For life is not too much to ask. It's about respect. And I want life to go with or without it. You are breaking. My heart is being. I will rip it to shreds then. This is dialogue. I won't drink it. I'm somewhere just hearing bits and pieces of the original dialogue. Oh, God. Jesus, that was way more horrifying. Yeah. Run away, fight back. Apparently there's more here. Let's fight back. The monster leers, the scent of blood and bile choking the small space. The flash of metal in his hand distracts you as your heart hammers. You have only one option. As the cornered animal, you think wildly of a rabbit screaming and thrashing as it's being held by the impassive beast hunting it. A mouth of teeth like the knife looming between you two. You won't win, but you have to fight. It all ends here. Oh, yeah. I think we horrifically lost that fight. I think we killed him. There was an artist born in 1907, a rising star for a time. He was in a terrible accident at age 18, on top of other health issues that affected her for the rest of her life. She shined within her self-portraits, bright and stark, unflinching in the raw betrayal of her pain and struggle as she worked to gain notoriety and health in her body. When described as surrealist, she said, "No, this is my reality." She sold very few paintings in her life, did few commission work, and had her first gallery in 1953, only a year before she passed in 1954. Her name? Frida Kahlo. And her painting, El Sueño, La Cama, just broke records in 2025, and sold at auction for just under $55 million. Dang. Ending 3. Let me run away. I doubt we're gonna make it 'cause the front door is locked, but the presence of the monster overwhelms you, and you shove past him before either of you gets a moment to think. You turn to the hallway and see a long tunnel with a doomed end, spinning around dizzyingly. You duck under the monster's arm again and sprint towards the only fresh air you can taste. The balcony. The glass of the balcony shines with freedom. It's there. Don't stop. The way out, the only way out. Oof. And we jump. Yeah. Oof. There's a painting. Judith slaying Holofernes. Holofernes? My apologies if I'm butchering these names. That depicts violence. Violence is so often polished by art, cleaned up, made symbolic or sexual or delicate. This painting is not that. It is dark, awkward, and private. The blood is barely visible. Whole corners of black shadow crowded in around the figure committing the slaying. They are not worried about posing or symbolism. They're using what power they have to accomplish their goal. The artist, Artemisia Gintileschi, I apologize, painted this after she was assaulted by someone. Hundreds of years later, this is what she was most known for: the cruel, violent irony. To be remembered only for the worst thing that ever happened to you. Ending 1. And now, as I told you, we will help the guest. I told you we were gonna leave her. Oh my god, wait, what? Oh, dude, please tell me we save her and we don't just die helping her. I expected there to be more. The door opened though, so I think we did make it out. We didn't. There she is. There's a quiet painting. One where the faces are so real and the cloth so delicate, it could almost be a photo. In it, some merchant women are helping wake up some women of the cult of Dionysus who had been partying the night before and had fallen asleep in public. To be discovered by the early risers the next day as they set up the stalls. The women of Amphissa, as the painting is called, help the vulnerable sleepy girls and feed them, care for them, and deliver them home safely. They had worried for them, but the world is full of monsters. And maybe you can't fight the monsters. Maybe you can't win. But if you can make sure even one more girl makes it home safely today, it's worth it. To do what you can. How we feel about this? How we feel about this? How do we feel about this? Imagine. Ending 4. And that is going to be the end of my playthrough for Safe and Secure. Now, once again, thank you for the creator for personally asking me to play this game. I appreciate them. And I had seen their games around here before. You know, this game's not very long. It's only about like 30 or so minutes, and you're gonna get all the endings if you want fairly quickly, because the endings aren't um like difficult to get. Like it's just making a choice, and it's not like a buildup of different choices. Just whatever choice you really choose in that moment is gonna lead you down another ending. I believe I got all the endings. I believe I did. I got 4. There's nothing in the game indication or nothing on the page indicating how many endings there were, but I believe I did every option to get them all. And I liked it. I liked it. It's not a long game. It doesn't overstay its welcome in any way. It's just a very simple game, obviously, about the message of, well, I mean, there's a lot of messages in the game, but like, you know, it's a thing of, I suppose every single ending has a different message in the terms of like how it's portraying your character in a lot of ways. We see the ending where we jump off the balcony and it's like the woman had only one painting in her life, and it was simply, or the woman had like the most important thing in her life was her assault, because that's like what she was remembered for. And it's bouncing off of your character, that thing you'll be remembered for, since you're just like a homeless woman. You'll only be remembered for your death, falling off the balcony. And then the ending where we save the lady, and it's like if you can just save one person, then it's worth it. So every ending is speaking of like the past of paintings or women in history who, you know, that bounces off your own character. So there's a lot of symbolism with that you can take from, and just about like how things are in the world. Quite frankly, you know, it's a very not open, but very blunt message. Like it just gives it to you straight of, you know, the struggle in a lot of ways, or different things that people have gone through themselves. And I liked it. You know, as I said, it's not a long game at all. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's solid for what it is. It doesn't overstay its welcome. Like I don't feel like the game at all overstays its welcome. I can find some people getting annoyed. And annoyed because it doesn't take long. It's just like when the game gives you the first part of looking around to the entire apartment, because I guess it gives you hints of what's going on. But that's like 15 minutes or so, which is not bad. I know some people would just get annoyed. Um, but you know, and I guess it just gives you the layout of the apartment, which you don't really need to remember because you're not avoiding him or anything. Like you're not hiding from him really. You just hide in the closet and you're good. And that's what I said. Just a roll down of endings. So I can see this game being a lot longer. Like if they wanted to, it could have been a whole mechanic of hiding from him, looking for different items, and trying to get the girl out. But it's very simple and straight to the point. Like I don't think they wanted it to be too long. There were 2 people working on this as well, and yeah, it came out well. But I can understand how someone could want it to be more stretched out as well. But it was overall, it was really nice. I enjoyed it for yeah. You know, I apologize once again to the creator who made this, who sent this to me, for taking so incredibly long to get to this. I meant to get to this much sooner. I do promise you. I was really planning to get to this much sooner, and I got a little ill, so I was like putting stuff in my backlog out on the channel. But yeah, I'm glad I finally did get to it, and I'm glad I finally played it. It took me a long time to figure out how to record this as well, because this game, my God, it's hard to record for what I was doing. I was just messing up and being an idiot. But yeah, anyway, I will yap your off about this game, but I will say I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see what they make in the future, because I've seen their games around a couple of times. They have some weird games with some really interesting games, and I've seen them before in the past, so I'm excited to see what they make in the future. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. As always, I sincerely appreciate you all, and farewell for now.